Before we continue, I just want to say to Kyle O'Brien. So I was doing the music before. Kyle's been doing it recently, and I am amateur hour compared to Kyle. He has done an absolutely remarkable job of this. Just absolutely through the roof. So kudos to you on that.
No, not hearing anything.
Props.
Before we get kicking, I want to go ahead and let's take a look at this work first.
Some companies might be like, oh no, okay, maybe we don't need to do this right now, but not Domino's.
I got it, bro. That's it. That's fine.
The pizza chain Domino's announced yesterday that will undergo its first brand refresh in 13 years.
I was going to order Papa John's, but have you seen the Domino's uniform?
Domino's Pizza is rolling out a major makeover.
The world's biggest pizza chain says it's blending heritage with a modern twist.
The revamp includes t-shirt launches, updated uniforms, and pizza boxes as well, and a catchy new jingle.
The new Domino's tag with 3 M's. Can't say Domino's without catchy, memorable, and just plain smart.
Hiring Shabuzi to come up with their new jingle, Genius.
You know, I like Shabuzi.
Domino's did exactly what Cracker Barrel was hoping to achieve with a rebrand. They launched a rebrand that actually lifts their brand.
It's kind of fun to say, though, isn't it?
It's fun to say.
See?
Domino's. Domino's.
It is better when Shabuzi does it.
It is better.
Kyle, anything to add to that brilliance?
Just placing at number 2, Domino's global brand refresh.
I have absolutely no idea. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can hear me.
There's Darcy. We can hear you.
We can hear you, but you can't hear us.
Can you not hear us? Okay. Well, Megan can join us. That's going on. We'll put Darcy. Oh, he's talking. Can you hear us?
I'm sorry. I'm going to try logging back in.
Okay. Bucharest. Hello.
Do you have Jimmy and Kelly backstage?
Oh, can't hear you either, Megan.
Yeah.
What?
Jimmy, here. There.
Oh, Kyle.
Yeah, there.
Oh, there's
Boom.
Jimmy. Yeah.
All right, you can hear us.
Great. Now, okay. Hi.
Hi.
And Darcy.
Where's Darcy? Is he in an elevator?
Oh.
He's on set in
Toronto. Okay. So before we get started, this is the thing. So I was talking to Megan about this. I said, would love to, I want to talk about this. Actually, I don't have the volume up. Actually, okay, let's just keep going. I had it on loop. We will get to this. I mean, the brand refresh, like it's remarkable. I want to start with the sound signature though, because not easy to do. I think that sometimes people think it is a throwaway, which it is not. Take a listen to any of our members in that space, like Coop in Boulder. That they start with that and how that fit in overall to this, because it is seamless.
Yeah, thank you. I can take that one. That was such a crazy process for me because I've not had the privilege of working on I've worked on plenty of tagline projects, but they're kind of like project based or whatever, not for like a huge, number one brand in the world that's meant to be evergreen and long lasting. That seems like it was from a time from the past and those things already exist, right? So for Domino's, and most people probably aren't familiar with this, they had a tagline of sorts, which was, "Oh yes, we did," which we used very selectively on work.
Right.
It didn't work on like just retail food stuff because, oh yes, we did launch a new pizza. Like, of course you did. You're a pizza company, right? So it only worked on the bigger brand actions that were a little more unexpected. And over the last several years, Domino's has put more priority on the food itself. Like back in the day, they used to be called a tech company that happens to sell pizza with innovations like emoji ordering and tracker and things like that.
Right.
So they really wanted to refocus and recenter around deliciousness and craveability, as the case study showed that is felt in every part of the refresh, but obviously is very central to what we landed on with what we called the crave mark. We played around with like a lot of longer, more traditional taglines that tagged on at the end of Domino's. And for practical reasons, like eating up 3-4 seconds at the end of a 15-second ad just wasn't realistic for us in our category, where we need to list out product descriptions and get price points in and things like that. But long story short, we played around with a lot of things. And then I think when we saw this, which shout out, it came from the brain of an art director originally. So art directors can write.
Of course they can. Jeez.
It was a little graphic he had come up with for like a napkin or parchment paper design at some point. And we're like, well, what if that was the quote unquote tagline? And it works so well because it's not brand name, then 4-second tagline. It's brand and a philosophy around yumminess, deliciousness, craveability, all baked in one. And then from there, I think the light bulb went off kind of unanimously, and we all loved it. And it was just a matter of how you bring it to life sonically. And we worked with a number of great partners and played with we were scrutinizing those snap sounds, and did they sound organic and human, or did they sound more like Nintendo Switch click sounds, and where's the right place for us? And it was months of work. But the Shaboozey of it all was literally a shower thought from myself. Just what if it was Shaboozey? And
why not? Yeah.
Reality, and delivered this kind of cool, calm, chill, straightforward delivery of it that just kind of is earwormy and sticks in your brain. And we love it. We haven't
far better choice than Carrot Top. Laura and Janina, let's talk about just overall both the sound signature, but also Jimmy here as a design director. Let's look at this beautiful rebrand. So Janina, let's start with you. I mean, the rebrands are like, gee.
I mean, drool worthy, you guys. The act of breaking brand signatures, sonic, visual, into really biteable component parts. Simple is so hard to do. And so we should applaud how vibrant, rich, dimensional the brand feels through this process of simplification and reduction. It's stunning. Congratulations to you. It says so much by confidently leading with exactly the key elements of the brand. Delicious.
Laura?
Hey, so I couldn't hear you, Janina, so I don't know what you said, but so I'm probably going to say exactly the same thing, which is, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can.
British / Australian. I fucking love this work. It's so great. It is such an old-fashioned, dull brand that you have transformed into something that is genuinely, super fresh, super new, super clean. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the design work so much. I love the audio as well, but I just completely fell in love with the design.
Yep. Yeah. Because the previous design was, and listen,
it's just dull, the old design.
Well, no, they did it. So be nice to them. Jesus. Geez, stop being so British and Australian. Jesus. Oh my God. No, in fairness, I will say that when they did the last one, of that moment, it was perfect because it had like more of the storytelling. There was more to it, like on the boxes and things like that. But this is absolutely the exact right way to transition out from
100%.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely 100%.
Yeah,
it's an evolution, and that's what makes
So
it.
yeah,
good.
I just think it is beautiful.
Yeah, it
and
is.
One of those things where I wish I'd done it. I just think it's amazing.
Exactly. Jimmy Rosen, you've not chipped in on this, so get yourself a wash in the plaudits. But from your point of view, I mean, again, this is not an easy thing to accomplish.
Yeah, I think you guys hit a lot of what our goals were. Taking a brand that has so much legacy and history, it was at a point where with that, former brand with all the woodcut illustrations and the paper textures, it just kind of was a little dated for a lot of modern use cases. We're a heavily digital brand now.
Yeah.
Our e-com platform is a beast. So we needed a brand that not only showed up on digital, but showed up, on our packaging. When you see a pizza box and a picture on Instagram, you didn't recognize that's Domino's. So there's a lot of little piece parts that we needed to incorporate into, this huge brand. And we didn't want to ditch our history entirely. So again, that goal of trying to find a point where you get to an evolution versus a rebrand was really what we were going for. And that came through by kind of returning to the core basics. The red and blue used to be a little bit more vibrant than they were in the past brands. So we returned to those.
Yeah.
Find more, develop that typeface that has more personality than just the straight up former one dot that was basically a derivative of trade Gothic. So just injecting more personality through really simple ways was the goal.
And typography, like I can't design my way out of a paper bag. Let's be honest. You know what? Fuck you.
We're writers. Come on.
You're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. I'd say that for me too. I can't design.
But no, it is. It's very, very true. It's very true that I can't. But you don't have to be so. Don't be Laura Jordan Bomback about it. Jesus.
She's rubbing off on me. Come on.
You know what? That's okay. That is 100% okay. But what I'll say is in typography, there is, and again, I go back to the previous design was perfect, especially when it relaunched in that moment, in that time. The refresh obviously is what it is, but the typography again, it can either be too dull, it can be too ornate. I think you split the middle so incredibly well. And you talk about this being derivative. Were there other typefaces you were looking at? And it's just, you can kind of tell right away, Jimmy, right? When you're trying to do this, you're like, oh God, that's not going to work.
Oh, 100%. We tried probably hundreds of typefaces in various layouts at the early stages of the process. We had some that were like Screwed Up Futura, and I was like, well, we're just trying to be Nike at that point. But then you go with something too plain and generic, and you lose all the personality of what you're trying to say. So we ended up working with the Foundry Type and taking, the base of what was TT Commons and then, heavily modifying it to get where we needed it to be. You can see some of the thing callouts here, like the perfect circle, apostrophes, periods.
Yeah.
In the display version of the font.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It was a multi-month process developing this.
Yeah, I heard behind the scenes that you were considering Zap Dingbats. So I'm glad you didn't do that.
Final ones.
Yeah, no, I know it didn't really work out. But in all seriousness, really remarkable work, work in progress. Again, one of the OGs, one of the OG members. We can't thank you enough for the support. And to echo what everyone said, absolutely outstanding work. Congratulations. And we look forward to getting back together with you and the brand to talk a little bit more. We've done that in the past. I think it's time for not only the rebrand refresh of the brand, but also have a new conversation with your client as well. So we can't thank you enough for all of that. That's code for Megan and I. We'll talk later. But in all honesty, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.